After a successful run with the Bachchans, Ram Gopal Verma now seems to have miffed the first family of Bollywood. Amitabh and his son Abhishek, who have worked with the director in many films, including Sarkar, Sarkar Raj, Run, Nach, RGV Ki Aag and Nishab, are no more a part of his forthcoming film department. While Abhishek Bachchan was reported to have dropped out from the film a couple of days back, his father too has now decided to stay away from the project. And this decision has come in the wake of Ramu's alleged unprofessional attitude towards Abhishek's last release, Dam Maro Dam. According to sources, Amitabh is not interested in working with a filmmaker who has meted out such shoddy treatment to his son. But sources close to RGV claim that this was his way of avenging Abhishek's refusal of his film department. It all started last month when Abhishek reportedly told Ramu that he wasn't keen on working in the film. The director, it seems, couldn't take his no gracefully. According to sources, the director then started sending out uncharitable remarks on Dam Maro Dam from his cell phone. Even as Amitabh maintained a studied silence all through the controversy, it was Ramu who sent out a message to the media wherein he maintained that it was he who replaced Abhishek with Rana Daggubati. In a text message to Mumbai Mirror, Ramu wrote, and I quote, "I have replaced Abhishek with Rana, and the cast that has been finalized is Sanjay Dutt, Kangana Ranaut and Rana." In fact, Ramu even clarified to the tabloid that he shall approach Big B for his film department only if the role demands. Clearly, Ramu is trying to maintain a brave front on the entire issue. Or perhaps he's suffering from temporary amnesia, since he had told this to the media about Big B's role in the film not too long ago. Mr. Bachchan is not playing a cop, he plays a gangster in the film. Well, Ramu may have forgotten what he said, but we cannot forget the fact that Sanjay Dutt is also a part of the film. And now with this shocking turn of events, it remains to be seen if Sanju goes ahead with the film, even in the absence of the Bachchans. While Sanju's manager confirmed his presence in the RJV project, one wonders if Sanju, who is known to be a Bachchan loyalist, will do anything to antagonize the first family of Bollywood. No Raz 3 for Bips. That's the big news making headlines this week. According to recent reports, Bipasha Basu was very keen on doing the sequel of Raz, but she is no longer a part of the film. And the reasons for this sudden turn of events are shocking yet true. It all started when Bipasha was approached by the Butts to do a sizzling item number for the sequel of Murder. Bips agreed to do the song, but not before throwing some starry tantrums. Sources claim that Bipasha not only demanded a huge sum for doing the item number, but also insisted on bringing a choreographer of her choice. Not the ones to bow down, the Butts promptly showed the door to Bipasha, who is no longer doing the item number.
मैंने बोला कि पता बताओ कि क्या डिमांड है, तो मैंने जब वो पढ़ा उनका ईमेल, तो मेरा बीपी कुछ जरूरत से ज्यादा शूट अप हो गया. मैंने बोला अभी की अभी उनको निकालो, ऐसे लोगों के साथ मुझे काम नहीं करना, और बिपाशा को कह दो कि भाई हम उसके साथ काम नहीं करेंगे.
But it just does not end here. Bipasha's charter of demands and tantrums got the Bhatt camp so annoyed that they reportedly decided to throw her out of the sequel of Raz as well. Now we all know how Bipasha's career got a jump start with a super hit in Raz back in 2002, followed by yet another blockbuster Jism in 2003. Both the films were produced by the Bhatts. But now, after a good 5 years of success, Bips is in dire need of a super hit that can revive her career. And the sequel of Raz could have just done the trick. But looks like Bipasha has other plans.
When Bipasha decided to join the six-pack club, she definitely didn't see this coming.
You're making a body, you said about six-packs, a lot of passion and everything. Somebody who you would really like to hope your six-packs would become like your body?
Bipasha Basu, any day.
Yes, you heard it right. This is exactly what Mithun Das' son Mimo had to say when someone asked him about his inspiration for six-pack abs.
Somebody who you would really like to hope your six-packs would become like your body?
Bipasha Basu, any day. By far, according to me, she's the sexiest woman I've ever seen in Bollywood.
Well, intentional or not, Mimo's comment certainly doesn't amuse Bips, who has made her displeasure more than evident at being called masculine. Of course, we all remember how Bips stormed out of a press conference when she was quizzed by a reporter about her so-called masculine structure. Now it remains to be seen how Bips will react to a starlet's comment, who himself is no Mr. Universe when it comes to fitness. There is no denying that Ranbir Kapoor is the new heartthrob on the block, and his trail of link-ups with young B-Town babe surely proves it. But for Ranbir, this Casanova image has come with a price. While So far it was just his ex-girlfriends making him a butt of their jokes. Lately, the Dabang girl Sonakshi Sinha too seems to have joined the bandwagon. At a summit in Delhi, Sonakshi's question left Ranbir red in the face.
Why has every girl been picking on you for the past few months?
But looks like the Sonam and Deepika episode has taught the young Kapoor how to deal with such sticky situations. So it wasn't too difficult for Ranbir to get back at Sonakshi with a witty comeback.
But you're climbing the charts.
Poor Ranbir, the girls just don't seem to get enough of him, because Sonakshi was not the only one. Tennis star Sania Mirza also used the opportunity to haunt Ranbir with his now infamous towel.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, were you really not wearing anything when you were doing that towel dance?
But looks like Ranbir knows his defense well. Once again, he left Sania tight-lipped with his answer.
No, I was just wearing a towel, that's it.
And after all the leg-pulling and witty comebacks, it was time for the trio to share some of their deep, dark secrets in public, starting with Ranbir, of course.
I still don't eat vegetables and brush my teeth at night. After my mom keeps persisting on that. I wear really ugly socks. I have a fascination for it.
Well, all in all, this summit was entertaining from the word go. No intellectual discussion. Instead, it was stars having a light moment and making sure everyone else did the same.
One thing that you probably don't know is that I never wanted to be an actor. I was studying fashion designing, and acting somewhat just happened. I would call it destiny.
My middle name is Raisa, and that's my grandmom's name. I was named after my grandmom, and I don't think hardly anyone knows that.
So far, you have only seen your favorite stars coming in and out of the airport. But today, we'll get you the flying habits of the stars. Some are demanding, some are cold, while some are just adorable passengers. Let's begin with the queen of oomph, Katrina Kaif. According to sources in the aviation industry, Katz is very fussy and does not talk to anyone, not even the crew. Everything she wants is communicated through her manager, who travels business class along with her. Once an air hostess went to Katrina to take her order and was sternly directed to her manager. The air hostess decided to give it back to Katrina by handing over the bowl of soup to the manager and promptly told him to pass it on to his madam. But that's not all. Once Katrina blasted an air hostess after she gently touched her to wake her up. Katrina got so mad that she gave an earful to the girl for touching her. Strangely, it was Katrina who had instructed the flight attendant to wake her up for her favorite breakfast tea minutes before the landing. The girl got so terrified that she started crying. But Katrina's arch rival Priyanka is apparently far less fussy when it comes to flying. Once on board, Priyanka simply asks for an extra set of blanket and goes off to sleep. She wakes up only when it's time to land. All through her journey, Priyanka rarely asks for any food or drinks.
Food, very important. All kinds of food, especially junk food.
All she needs is a bottle of water that's kept next to her. Moving on, there's Big B, who gives just half an hour to the crew to click pictures, take autographs, or generally meet the other passengers on board. There are strict instructions to the crew that after his self-allotted half hour, he should not be bothered. Just like Priyanka, Big B is not too fond of in-flight food or drinks. He only takes mineral water. The Bachchan Bahu Aishwarya, on the other hand, is far less interactive on the flight. Sources from a leading airline claim that Ash generally remains aloof and does not talk to the crew or fellow passengers. She mostly sits through the flight with her shades on. So Ash, but does not throw tantrums either. And trust Aishwarya's ex-boyfriend Salman Khan to always do the unexpected, even when he's flying. For some strange reason, Sallu only eats the crew meal, which is the food meant for the flight crew. Now ideally, they're not supposed to share their food with the passengers. But even the crew goes out of their way for Sallu, and most of them are only eager to part with their food for the superstar. And moving on to Sallu's current poster girl, Zareen Khan, who does not seem to care two hoots about the weighty issues, especially not when she's flying. Sources claim that she loves to gorge on the dessert when she's in the air. And recently on a flight, she even ordered a whole plate of gulab jamuns with rabdi. While the flight crew is more than happy to keep you well fed, Zareen darling, it's not gonna help you in your fight against flab. And finally, the one who takes the cake for being the best star flyer is none other than Hrithik Roshan. Sources from a leading airline tell us that Dugu is the friendliest of them all. He interacts freely with the crew and the fellow passengers. He poses with them and does not throw tantrums. And when he does get time from all the socializing, he often resorts to reading his scripts rather than enjoying the in-flight entertainment. In fact, Hrithik is so humble that he once recognized a crew member who had flown him on an earlier flight. No wonder, the crew members love having Hrithik on board.